Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to GamesCom. We are happy to be here, and we are very glad that you can make it too. As you will see when you visit our consumer booth, Ubisoft lineup is the strongest and the most competitive it's ever been. We're happy with the early feedbacks we're receiving on these games, and we can't wait to getting them into gamers' hands. That said, we are here today to talk about another area that gets gamers and Ubisoft excited: online games. Specifically, we are here to discuss and share with you what we're doing on two of the fastest growing segments in online gaming: free-to-play and esports. To put things into context, the free-to-play market is expected to grow by 55% and to become a $24.7 billion market by 2014. Esports, on their side, is starting to become a phenomenon, reaching the same audiences in size and scale than traditional sports on TV or popular shows. Tens of thousands of gamers gather to play and watch during pro gaming events. Websites dedicated to esports gather millions of visits every month. At Ubisoft, we are aligning our strategy to meet this growing demand. Today, more than 25% of our internal resources are dedicated to digital and online opportunities, and will continue to focus on delivering great experiences and innovation on these segments. So during the next 30 minutes or so, you will see the latest in Ubisoft offering in free-to-play game. We'll also share our vision of esports and show you a demo of our flagship title in esports, Mania. You'll also see examples of how we are leveraging the creative teams and assets from some of our most popular brands to create brand new games that will appeal to the gaming audience online. Ultimately, what we hope you will get from this conference is that Ubisoft is combining the quality of its core brands with the most compelling features in online gaming in order to deliver the best experiences and a lot of fun on all platforms. So let's get started. Please join me in welcoming Odile Limpard, Managing Director, and Christopher Schmitz, Director of Product Development from our Blue Byte studio. I am sure they are very proud of their Best European Studio Award they received yesterday.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Odile Limpard.
And I'm Christopher Schmitz.
Blue Byte Software was founded 25 years ago, and it released its first hit game in 1991. And this was followed in 1993 by the strategy game The Settlers, which established itself as a long-lasting favorite about our fans. And since 2009, our team has also been focused on developing innovative online games, enriching the brother game market with AAA quality and brand-diverse product. As a result, Blue Byte is now known internationally for its expertise in developing and operating online games. Our first free-to-play brother game, The Settlers Online, has become an immediate hit, winning numerous awards in 2011, and proving that Blue Byte could successfully transform its expertise to this new market segment. The Settlers Online is accessible from anywhere in the world and is already localized in 7 languages, 3 more languages to come in the next weeks. We have players from dozens of countries who enjoy playing the game every day. For example, the total playtime of all players in one day is 17 years. And our fans have been very productive too. There have been 2.3 million bakeries producing 609 million breads. And there have been also 3.2 million breweries producing 664 million beers. So the Settlers Online could actually be responsible for the feeding of the whole planet. But the real question is, why so much beer than breads, actually?
That's actually a good question, Odile. Since moving into the operation Game as a Service, which is the new thing, the studio of Blue Byte is really thrilled to have grown from 35 people just 5 years ago now to more than 300 people working on 4 different locations. We are very, very excited to have new dedicated departments who are exclusively running our free-to-play games, games as a service, and we are now immersed in developing multiple games on multiple franchises and even on multiple platforms.
So as you can see, we have a lot to be proud of and to be excited also about the Settlers Online and our free-to-play strategy. And this brings us to the first game of this presentation. Silent Hunter Online is a brother game that will soon go into closed beta.
Ubisoft is embracing the online market with a high-quality games. We are really putting all of our efforts on great brands that we own. Silent Hunter is really a highly awarded PC game with a very, very long tradition, and it was very successful in the past. By bringing Silent Hunter Online now as a free-to-play experience, this fall, Ubisoft will strengthen its position within this market segment, the free-to-play MMOs. And to give you a taste of the gameplay, we've prepared a little video to watch. Have fun.
For 2 days now, our wolf pack has been pursuing the British convoy. Today, Commandant Reimers will try to divert the attention of the destroyer to himself. Then it's our turn. There. Reimers has started the diversion maneuver. Look sharp, men. Tube 3, go. The destroyer is turning away. The freighters are at our mercy.
A little gameplay video. So Silent Hunter Online represents a completely new genre. It's simulation meets strategy, and that as free-to-play in the browser. This is really unique in the whole world of free-to-play MMOs. In Silent Hunter, you are the command of a whole submarine flotilla and then the captain of all of these submarine U-boats. So enabled by the latest flash technology we are using, you see the Battle of the Atlantic through a periscope, targeting, shooting, and your torpedoes against enemy convoys, sinking the enemy vessels, while avoiding becoming the prey of the enemy destroyers. The theater of war provides you with an ongoing dynamic campaign, and incorporated features such as the ability to create wolf packs with your friends to hunt down the enemy convoys together is really something very unique. As you're the commander of the whole flotilla, it's your task to build a fleet of submarine vessels, optimizing boat after boat, really inspecting them for damage, team and repair stages in order to ensure a smooth operation of your fleet. Entering the combat in the open ocean, you will fight the rough waves of the Atlantic Ocean along the day and also deep in the night.
This is the night.
You will silently approach enemy vessels. You will silently approach enemy vessels and will sneak into the control of enemy destroyers, and they will start to try to hunt you down. So, better aim, shoot and hit, and then try to escape, because otherwise they might sink you. The deep waters of the Atlantic Ocean is waiting for combat.
The team is very proud of the work on Silent Hunter, and we are very excited about the closed beta. So if you always wanted to know how it is to be a submarine captain, then you'd better go to Silent Hunter Online and join us.
But we have one more thing to show today.
And this is a world premiere.
Today we are very pleased to announce
Anno Online.
By bringing one of the most popular strategy brands to the browser, Ubisoft is again showing how to transform the quality and the great brands we have to an Anno Online free-to-play MMO experience, and this with an exceptionally high quality.
This exciting new game brings the original Anno gameplay to your browser for free. Now you can play Anno wherever, whenever you want. All you need is a browser and an internet connection. And you're going to be amazed with what we have achieved with this game. It has set a benchmark in visual quality, and it delivers a full-featured Anno experience for free. Anno Online is the results of our experience we have with Anno, and for the first time, we will enter the MMO space, delivering the Anno experience to anyone. But enough talking, let's look at the game and dive into the world of Anno.
So Anno Online is a real Anno. It's a full-scope Anno. It's not a simplified version. It's not a casual game version. It's a full Anno scope you would expect from a box game Anno, with the whole set of production facilities, houses, buildings, everything you have ever seen in a game like that.
Anno is a lively world, and you can see here in a browser a lot of life going on, a lot of activity in the city. And if you spot there, you have also some people having a small party here. That might be us tonight, Chris. Or are your inhabitants really happy?
Yeah, because Anno is always about satisfying the needs of your inhabitants. So in Anno, it's a world where new inhabitants are moving in, they develop needs, and in order to fulfill these needs, you need to produce goods by production chains. And when you give them the goods, they will be happy, they will pay their taxes, and with this money, you can grow your city, you can build a huge metropolis. And my people are hungry now. We can build some windmills and create something they can eat later on, and that means they will be happy, they will pay their taxes. And this is something where we can start building the huge metropolis. But also, Anno is always a game where it's taking place in a huge world of islands.
And this means exploration. So here you see we have a harbor that we have been built, and we are going to sail to discover new island and to expand our empire. Here we go and sail.
So we sent our little ship away to the horizon. And we already found another island. And we're jumping there. So we found an island, and there's already a small village on that island. But it's still early in a stage of early development. That means small huts and small houses, but still developing needs. And this kind of city can become a bustling city later on in the course of the game. Anno is an MMO taking place in a world of thousands of players, so the game will encourage strong player interaction by trading, by chatting, by visiting other people, and we have prepared a lot of other very meaningful interactions between players. So you will never be alone in the world of Anno Online.
Also, we know that for a brother game, accessibility has to be excellent, and therefore we optimized the user interface.
As you can see, we have created a full-scope Anno experience with everything you would expect, but this time in a browser, and we are extremely proud of what we could achieve here.
Thank you very much, Chris. This is a short tour of Anno. You can now pre-register for the closed beta, who is going to come soon, on annoonline.com. This is it for our part. Now, please welcome to talk about our flagship esports game, the director of our Nadeo studio, Anne Blondel.
Thank you. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Adil. Guten Tag, everyone. I'm delighted to be here today to introduce you further to the new game production from Nadeo. Ubisoft is now entering the online multiplayer shooter space with a competitive, fast-paced first-person shooter, Mania Storm. Nadeo has been known for years for its highly successful PC racing franchise, Mania, which is based on a very strong creative vision, enabling the players to express their talents to their utmost, whether they deal with pure gaming skills or with creativity ones, thanks to the map editor, to name only a few. The time has come for us to apply this core principle to the two biggest PC genres, that is to say FPS and RPG, within Mania Planet, our network gaming platform. But let us have a look at this video manifesto to illustrate better the competitive gaming and player creation values that all of our Mania Planet games are sharing.
We believe in equality. Competition for everyone. We will make it easy to compete, but hard to win. Because that's what every great sport should be. We want to level the playing field. We want to find out what good actually means. Because only then can you know how good you really are. We believe in gaming. We believe in gamers. Join us.
It's been an incredible ride for us with Shoot Mania Storm those past few months. Rarely has an esport game received so much support from gamers all around the world, that early in its development stage. And we are truly humbled by this. In 2 words, thank you. As you know, Shoot Mania Storm has been beta for a few weeks now. And not only already 20,000 maps have been created by the community in Mania Planet 2.0 so far, but also many new popular game modes have also been created by the players. And over 30 online and offline tournaments have been organized all over the world. Let us have a look back on what has already been happening with Shoot Mania Storm. How about you're experiencing this right here, right now, on GamesCom stage with a live game? Our host today is the esteemed shoutcaster, Joe Miller. Please help me welcome him warmly. Joe? Welcome, Joe. Nice to see you around again.
Welcome everyone to the Gamescom Shoot Mania show match. We're going to be showing you today the Elite Mode 3 versus 3. Some of you may have seen it already at E3, but thanks to the last few weeks in the beta, the game has been improved from the awesome community. Let's tell you a little bit about Shoot Mania if you don't already know. It's a game, or at least the mode, Elite Mode, is designed specifically with esports in mind. It pits one attacker with an instant hit, instant kill railgun against 3 defenders that are armed with rocket launchers. To win the round, what you have to do, eliminate the enemy team or capture the goal. So that's a little bit about the game. Let's bring in the 2 teams that are going to be facing off here in the show match. First of all, they've been described in the past as a tidal wave on the international esports scene. Let's welcome Epsilon Esports and their players Mortar, Too Easy and Winghaven. And their opponents for this, fighting on home soil here in Cologne, N-Faculty, 2 times EPS Germany Counter-Strike Source champions. Let's hear it for Steve, QK Mantis and Asmo. So, we know the teams, we know a bit about the game. Let's jump in and show you some more Shoot Mania and some esports action. So the map that we're seeing here today is one of those 20,000 that have already been developed in the last 3 weeks or so of the beta. I think we can all agree that's a pretty astounding amount of maps in just a short space of time. This one's called Helios, and as I said, each round will pit the one attacker with a railgun that is an instant hit, instant kill weapon and the defenders having rocket launchers, they have to hit the attacker 3 times. I'll guide you a little bit through the heads-up display as we go through there. So here we see Helios. At the start, the attacker will take this jump pad over. There you can see at the bottom, just under his name, is 3 armor points, which means the defenders have to hit him with 3 rockets to take him down. This route here on the right-hand side is preferred by most attackers as their common strategy. Now, the question is, will 2easy be able to pick off any players in the early stages of the round? The timer that you see there at the top, 23 seconds on it at the moment, is the time until the goal becomes active. You can see there the A above the goal itself. And once that timer reaches 0, he can capture the point, if he's not already, of course, taken down the rest of the enemy team. Right now, we are seeing a very defensive strategy from N Faculty, staying very well hidden. They don't want to get picked off, but with only 3 seconds, they need to move in here onto the goal, and we see the first push back, and that will force 2easy to back away with 10 seconds to go, and there are the first 2 rockets landing. He's going to go in there, only 16% captured, and that will be first round picked up for N Faculty here on the defensive side. And it's probably worth mentioning at this point, the first team that gets to 5 points will win this Shoot Mania show match. So let's see what N Faculty now have up their sleeves on the attacking side. Again, it seems like that right-hand side of the map will be chosen. Let's see if Steve, who is the attacking player for N Faculty, can find himself any early opportunities to get these kills. You'll see a lot of rockets in the early seconds of the round from the defenders. That's more to feel out and maybe land a lucky early rocket onto the attacker and take away one of those armor points. There we go. First rocket will actually connect. And with 10 seconds until the pole is active, this is a bad position for Steve to be in. The worst thing as an attacker is to be cornered, because those rockets, they're going to slam into you pretty quickly once the enemy team realizes that. Right now, we are seeing him moving. The goal is now active, and Steve, with those 2 armor points, is in a little bit of trouble as we see Epsilon coming in and surround him, and we tie the game up 1-1. Defensive side looking very, very strong up until now. We do now, though, have Mortar on the attack for Epsilon. Let's see if he decides to employ a different strategy. As you can see, that right-hand side of the map, they're loving it. That was the first man spotted by Mortar. Well, the defenders staying fairly well hidden at this point. You can see that one man coming around the back there, and that's going to lead to a close-range battle, which Mortar won't want to fight. The railgun reload time is fairly long, which means if you miss the first one, you're in real trouble. Luckily for Mortar, he still has all 3 armor points remaining, with 10 seconds still to go until that goal can be captured as he takes that high ground, looking for his first kill of the round, but nothing really offered up. There is the first one. Nice shot from Mortar. Mid-air rocket, though, will connect, but he's on the pole. They need to get in here, and there is the capture. Great play by Mortar as he gets in to win the round, and Epsilon take the lead at 2-1. Now we have Asmo on the attack. A Cologne local, by the way. Let's see if he'll employ anything different. Epsilon have already called his position out, so we're not giving anything away here by saying that Asmo is on this left-hand side of the map, something that we've not seen up until now. And so far, managing to avoid all 3 of those rockets. There's the overview camera to show you the positions of the defenders staying hidden. There's the first kill coming out from Asmo, though, and that will leave him with 2 more to find, with 10 seconds still running on the countdown. There come the rockets, but Asmo has picked up kill number 2. The final man now deeply defending behind the pole. You can't shoot through it, so that defender will want to stay hidden as long as he can here and force Asmo to come to him with that railgun. There's the peek out. Asmo misses the 1 rocket, and there we go as Asmo down to just 1 armor point. Brilliant play on the goal itself from Mortar, and that will put Epsilon up to 3-1. A commanding position as we see now Winghaven, Spanish member of this Epsilon team, on the attack. Right-hand side, going to be his choice as well. There are the early rockets, and the first one connects as well. And now you see the importance of those early spam rockets from the defending team. He is cornered here, and he's aware that they may be pushing in from that backside, although up until now, oh wow, brilliant brilliant rockets coming in, long range, and Winghaven down to just 1 armor point, which means the defenders may choose to go a bit more aggressively, stay in that 3, and try to get in. That's a fantastic shot back, though. He needs 2 more, and it's a dangerous time with just 1 armor point remaining. That's not going to help as he falls away. The goal is now active, starting to move it from the side. There's the final rocket from QK Mantis, and N Faculty keep themselves in the game at 3 rounds to 2. Now it is QK Mantis, the hero of that last round, on the attack for N Faculty. Seems like he's going to be working his way to the left side, as we saw from Asmo earlier on. More even of a central push here, going right into that goal early on. The question is for him, though, where are the defenders? All hidden right now. There's one coming in from the back, and that's the first armor. Second armor. Can they land the third one and take him down? Right now, he's not quite there, brushing past him, but he's managing to stay alive. But you can imagine how the defender's feeling strong, and there is the final one from Too Easy. And Epsilon will move up onto match point. Just 1 more round needed, and they will be the winners here of the Gamescom Shoot Mania show match. And it is Too Easy on the attack. Important for the defenders this one. Of course, they can't afford to lose any more rounds. Too Easy takes again that right-hand side, spotted already by N Faculty. Early rockets coming out, but non-connecting up until now. You can see the fence there in the middle. It's great for defenders because that railgun or the rocket launcher don't actually penetrate it. But here comes Too Easy coming around by the archway. First rocket will take him down to just 2 armor points. Now he knows that he needs to be a little bit wary of his positioning and where he goes for these kills. Actually going to go in aggressively. There's the 12-meter hit. Lost his second armor point in the process, though. And now it is real close one for Too Easy. Goal is now available to be captured. But in 10 seconds, and that 1 armor point, can Too Easy get around? It's not going to be an easy task, but he's going to have to go for it. Misses his first railgun, and there is the rocket. And then Faculty come back 4-3. We have a game on our hands now. Stee on the attack. See if it's more successful than his first attacking round, which ended in favor of Epsilon. Position called out there. You know that he is coming up this left-hand side. Defenders staying relatively hidden once again. Don't want to be getting caught out in the early stages by that railgun. Steve wants to keep his distance from the attackers as well. Doesn't want to get in too close and risk being caught out. But his time is ticking away now. Only 8 seconds until that goal becomes active. Here we see the first move in. Rocket's missing him though. He's still got all 3 armor points. Great dodging work there. Stay with those armor points intact. Can he get in though? He's fired off his railgun, which means the defenders are going to come in aggressively. They need 1 more rocket, and there it is. Epsilon will win the Gamescom Shoot Mania show match. A fantastic, fantastic game, which N Faculty looked like they could possibly be coming back into. But there is Shoot Mania Storm, a fantastic bit of a game, and to be honest with you, a bright, bright future it has in esports as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. And congrats, Epsilon, and of course, N Faculty also. That was such a great game. It was just a taste of the intensity of the competitive gameplay in Shoot Mania Storm. If you crave for more, feel free to drop by the Ubisoft booth for hands-on access, as the game is rated 12+. But also by the ESL booth, where tomorrow we'll start the final phases of the largest Shoot Mania Storm tournament ever organized. The Shoot Mania Gamescom Open, which has already gathered online more than 1,500 qualifiers those past 2 weeks. And this is just the beginning. Nadio's team is already preparing for what's next. The growth of Shoot Mania on the international gaming scene, with something much bigger and even much more intense, that we hope will bring fun to the players from all around the world, from China to Brazil, from Germany to the United States. We will keep you posted on the game's various improvements and evolutions during mainstream and esports events all year long. And to show you this more in depth, let's set up a rendezvous next November in Paris during ESWC for the official Shoot Mania Storm International Grand Final of its competition. In the meantime, you can join Mania Planet's fun with pre-ordering Shoot Mania Storm on shootmania.com and get early access to the game. I hope to see you very soon on the game, offline or online. And now, please welcome the creative director of Might and Magic franchise, Erwan Le Breton. Thank you for your attention. Tschüss.
Thank you, Anne. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Might Magic is Ubisoft's medieval fantasy franchise. In 2012, it celebrates its 26th anniversary. Ubisoft acquired Might Magic from New World Computing in 3DO in 2003. And in the past 9 years, Ubisoft has co-developed and published several award-winning Might Magic titles. For example, Clash of Heroes or Hero 6. Might Magic unifies various gameplay under a common setting, the world of Ashan. And if I'm here today, it's to show you 3 new exciting Might Magic projects. They are perfect illustration of a Might and Magic brand that is going digital, online, cross-platform, and free-to-play. For the first game I will be unveiling today, I want you to imagine how the traditional Heroes gameplay could be converted into a collectible card game. You're a hero, a conqueror, you are wielding the powers of might and magic, you are leading fantastic creatures on the battlefield to defeat your enemies. You are managing resources, your armies, and powerful spells. But you play it out online with collectible cards. So welcome to Duel of Champions, a free-to-play collectible online card game developed by Ubisoft Quebec. Duel of Champions is a client-based game with real free-to-play mechanics, which means all its content is accessible for free. Some of you may already know that money can buy you love, but it cannot buy you an unfair advantage in this game either. It's a strategic game in which every choice matters. You start by selecting a faction, and then the cards that will build your deck, and then you choose at every turn, every step, how to play those cards. It's also a competitive game at heart, in which we can expect, of course, finely tuned matchmaking systems, leaderboards, daily tournaments, and special events with rewards. Having been involved in the creation of the World Magic at Ubisoft since day one, I am especially thrilled to see the fantastic bestiary of Asha coming to life in these gorgeous 2D artworks. Duel of Champions is also, and it's very important, the first Ubisoft free-to-play cross-platform game. You can play it on PC, on iPad, against each other, and we're all connected while we play this game. Duel of Champions is now available in beta in German and in English, so you can really try it as soon as you leave this room. So I hope you'll enjoy it. For the second game of this presentation, I want you to go a little bit back in time, in 2010. Some of you may remember that there was a game called Clash of Heroes that was released at that time with a fresh game art direction and innovative gameplay. And with the next game, we want to create the same kind of surprise as when Clash was released. We want to change your perception of what Might Magic is supposed to be. So let's have a sneak peek at Might Magic Raiders, an action RPG from Ubisoft Chengdu in China. Might Magic Raiders is all about action, intense boss fights, and 4-player co-op. It's fast, fun, and free to play. And we'll be very happy to tell you more about this game sometime soon. But now you may ask me, Duel of Champions, Might Magic Raiders, wasn't there a more obvious way for us to step into the online world with the Might Magic brand? And rather than answer this question, I will invite you to discover the third and last game of this presentation. It is co-developed by our friends at Blue Byte and by Related Design, already famous for the latest Anno games. That's right, Might Magic Heroes Online. And to take you through some of the core gameplay features of this brand new title, I'll invite back on stage Christopher Schmitz from Blue Byte.
Thank you, Evan. I'm really proud to be on stage again for another Blue Byte world premiere, a new browser game. Welcome to the world of Ashan again. Within Might and Magic Heroes Online, you are going to ride to the world of Ashan in a powerful mix of strategy and RPG. You're taking over your hero to explore the world and its provinces in a real brand loyal game. It's really true to the spirit of the Hero series, like all the box games. Build up your army and lead them into battle against fierce creatures in epic boss fights. Using the traditional combat system in its full scope, you will encounter various enemies and you will oppose them in tactical battles. Combat and exploring will give you endless thrills within this game, and you will have ways to fight your way through this immersive universe. Like Silent Hunter Online and Anno Online, it's a free-to-play game, it's browser-based, it's running on Flash 11, it's delivering graphics you've never seen before in any other browser game. It offers the depth and the appeal of the traditional Heroes games directly in your browser. Just type in the URL and you're ready to go. And for the first time in an MMO, you'll be able to join your friends in corporate battles, and this has never seen before in any other Heroes games.
Thank you, Chris. I'm very proud as a creative director for the whole of Might Magic brand to show you these 3 new brand installments into the franchise. Before you leave this room, I want you to remember the 3 games that we've presented. Duel of Champions, Heroes as a collectible card game, and you can play the beta now. German, English, French, Polish. Raiders, fast, fun, and furious action, but you have to stay tuned for more information. And Heroes Online. Heroes in a browser with epic car battles. And you can see a live demo in the business booth, and you can check the official website as well to get informed about the game. But enough of swords and dragons. Let's dive now into the future of multiplayer online shooters with Jesse Knapp from Ghost Recon Online. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Erwan. I'm very happy to be here from Singapore today. I can tell you that we've all been looking forward to this moment for a long time. With Ghost Recon Online, we're not only delivering a high-quality multiplayer shooter that is redefining team play, but also a game service that creates social bonds and fosters competition. It's been a long road to get where we are, but today is only the beginning of our story. The team is hard at work, polishing and improving what we have, but also building some exciting new experiences. I'm sure we'll have more to share soon, but the feature I'd like to talk about today has been one of the most requested by the community: clans. Whether it's getting your friends together to form your clan, or setting up some matches against your rivals, this feature and more will be available soon to further enhance the opportunities for player-to-player connection in Ghost Recon Online. I'd like to take a moment to thank not only the worldwide team, but especially all the players that have contributed to our closed beta over the last year. It's been an exhilarating time, listening to, playing, and working with everyone to make GRO the game it is today. Looking back on the last year, GRO has grown so much thanks to the passion and dedication of our beta testers. From map design to the network topology of the game, player feedback has been an integral element in our efforts to make GRO the best game it can be. So, I'm pleased to announce the official launch of Ghost Recon Online, now in 40 countries throughout Europe and North America. In fact, thousands of gamers are already playing right now. And the best part is, it's all free to play.
Detecting enemy target. Take him out. I got him. Check your stick. Aegis up. Enemy down. Blackout activated. Enemy electronics are down. Slow. Going to backstab. Mark your target. Fire. Listing now. Back me up.
Today is just the start of the Ghost Recon Online journey, and it's a journey that we'll take together as a community, playing and working together to improve GRO for all. So come join us. Head on over to GhostReconOnline.com to download and play Ghost Recon Online. Thanks. Now back to Stephanie.
Thank you, Jesse. Well, we hope you enjoyed a peek into our upcoming online games portfolio. Thanks again for coming. As you have seen, Ubisoft is committed in combining the quality of our core brands with the most compelling and innovative features in the online space in order to deliver the best and the fun experiences across all platforms. If you want to know more about these games, come to our booth, and in the meantime, have a great Gamescom. Thank you.